And now to what we've all been waiting for, the 18th and final race towards the 1985 British 500cc Championship. David Thorpe, the Honda rider, is already established there at the top of the table as the British champion for 1985. David Watson, the Kawasaki rider, is already equally established as the number 2. But that won't detract, in fact, from this particular race. The riders are all queued up there now. Everybody's going to be trying. The gate's down, everybody cleanly, and David Thorpe there. A little trap at the back of the field. David Thorpe hit his wheel on the gate and gets away last. Tremendous battle there, riders sideways on. Great excitement. Thorpe away last, back of the field. David Thorpe has everything to do now. Let's see if he can battle his way through and stamp his mark at the lead of this race. What do you think, Graham?
I think that really is going to be the test of a champion, the world champion, the British champion, known, and yet he's at the back of the pack, and a wee bit of fall. Perry Leask and the number 17 man Greg Hansen have clashed. Perry Leask and Hansen are out, and on the sidelines we've also got Jared Smith, the man who did so well, not only leaning against the bike but looked as if he was actually hurt as well. 3 of the lead men have fallen there. Perry Leask, who came second in the second round, Jared Smith, who was there as well, have lost their positions. 3 of the main men have gone out.
And already Thorpe's right up there. He's halfway up through the field. He was last man away, bog last. His front wheel of his Honda struck the gate and he was parked up there as though he was looking for a traffic meter, and they all went. But he's already fighting his way through. Yes, you're right, we saw Greg Hansen, we saw Perry Lee stop there. 36 rider there, going round on his way. Paul Luscombe on that Honda stroke KTM. Honda on the track and KTM in the programme. There's David Watson. So David Watson's quite well up as well.
It's Mervyn Anstey who's in second place, and as you said, it was Luscombe first and Anstey second, and if Watson's in that pack as well, the Anstey-Watson battle will be a good one to watch. It was those jumps that Watson was hesitating about last time because he only wanted to jump when he knew there was nobody ahead of him. That must be the Cowie. Is that Jem Watley's number 2 Kawasaki I saw go through?
That's Watley in third. Jeremy Watley up in third. Terrific battle now. There's Watley. There's Kevin Froud. There's Jeffrey Mays. There's Hudson. Hudson coming around the outside. I wonder if they know that David Thorpe was last man away. He's got a heck of a lot to do in this. Peter Freeman again, the number 26, Peter Freeman. Yet another flying start. He led the first leg for us. He's leading this one. David Thorpe well down the field. Quite a bit to do. And the red flag's out. 1 lap completed, a false start. The race has been stopped. The race has been stopped. A rider in the middle of the track, that's the reason the race has stopped. Somebody has sustained serious injury there. We'll be back with you as soon as possible when they restart the race.
And some 15 minutes have elapsed since the stopping of the race, when suddenly Peter Freeman on number 26 came down very hard on the far side of one of the high jumps and landed very badly in the middle of the track. It took 15 minutes to get him onto a stretcher. We're not sure what's happened yet, but we suspect he may have hurt himself either in the back or possibly in the neck, such that the ambulance had to leave the track at a very, very slow pace in order not to shake him up. The course doctor was present with him all of the time, and we're not yet sure of Peter Freeman's condition. Nonetheless, the race is about to be restarted, and this is the final leg of the final championship round, and all the riders, less Peter Freeman, are back on the starting grid. Thorpe, who had that bad start, might be happy for that restart as we see them go away, and again Thorpe does it. Thorpe misjudged that final gate and got into a bad start as we see the number 36. Number 17 will be very happy about that because, of course, he had the fall in that bad start. Greg Hansen is up in the leaders this time, led by number 36, who was the leader away last time. Number 17 I made in second place. How can Dave Thorpe do it 2 times in a row, Barry?
I wonder, in inverted commas. That was incredible. David Thorpe's got the ability to make his way through the pack. I wonder if he just might be trying to prove something to himself and possibly get Honda to pay him a few more bob next year. But definitely his wheel was firmly against the gate as it dropped there, and he just calmly wheeled the Honda back, let the gate drop, plopped it in gear, and off he went, and he's already in the thick of it, making his way through the pack now. A lot of dust. There's Stuart Coyle. He's given us a good showing so far today. Let's see what he can do this time. There's Coyle. There's Mervyn Anstey. So Anstey's the leader. Anstey's away, just as he did in the first leg. Anstey on the Honda, stocky Mervyn Anstey, Graham Noyes' protege. Graham Noyes said this young lad is a world champion designate. Well, he's certainly going well today. He's leading the world champion at the moment by something like 50 yards, simply because David Thorpe got stuck at the gate. But there's Rob Andrews. We've a wealth of talent. There's Perry Lease. Andy Nichols there too, number 10, sorting themselves out at the moment, making their way round to complete their first lap. But it's Mervyn Anstey, number 33, our leader on the Honda.
Certainly Perry Lease won't mind having had a restart, as he fell so soundly when he hit Greg Hansen, and also Jared Smith had a bad start, he fell as well. All back in this, the rerun, as we watch the leaders coming round for the first time. In just over a minute and a quarter it takes them to get round the course. They really have stepped the pace up quite dramatically. Number 10 man we saw going through, Andy Nichols, the first man by, and he on the Yamaha as I watched them pass the first line.
And there's David Thorpe. Now look, some indication of how David Thorpe's going. You all saw the start he had, we all saw it sitting from here. He's already passed Hudson and Watley and Hooper. A whole host of established stars have been relegated by the flying champion as he goes around to complete his first lap. So he's already on his way. There's David Thorpe. He's passed Jeffrey Mays. He's in pursuit now, the number 27 machine. That's Russ Jarman on the KTM. Russ Jarman gave us a very good showing in the previous leg, in the second leg. But there's David Thorpe breathing down his neck now. On his way, he knows he's got to get a fair bit going now. 20 minutes to go. 13th place now, David Thorpe. So 13th after one lap, and he's right behind Stuart Coyle. Stuart Coyle will be the next man to fall. There's Jeffrey Mays. But out in front, Mervyn Anstey, number 33 on the Honda.
And I have the rest of the placings unofficially. Greg Hansen in second place, the number 16 man Kevin Froud. 36 is Paul Luscombe, who didn't do so well in the last round, doing better this time. Then comes Rob Andrews on the Kawasaki, then the number 10 man Andy Nichols, and just behind him Jared Smith, number 35.
Carl Shaw, the number 20. Carl Shaw leading Jeffrey Mays round. There's Russ Jarman on the KTM, so Thorpe's past him. Thorpe now coming up behind the sort of early race bunch. Now there's Stuart Coyle. There's 41 Rob Meek. Meek's been relegated. He's past Stuart Coyle. What an incredible man this is. He's forcing on now like a train, but still treating this jump with respect into the second half. Round the outside now. And Andy Nichols, and past Andy Nichols as though he's standing still. I can't believe this. David Thorpe almost up in the first half dozen after one lap.
You said that the sound of the bike gave the indication that perhaps the works bike had something extra underneath it than the rest had. Certainly Thorpe seems to be showing it. It's quite incredible. It's as if the guys are just standing still. Thorpe powering round. Move now on our unofficial reckoning into 10th place. And really we're not paying attention to what's happening at the front end of it, just watching this, the British champion picking his way through the field. Number 23 on the Kawasaki, and of course that's the Rob Andrews bike that we've been watching with great interest. And number 35, Jared Smith, being challenged by Dave Thorpe. Who's he going to take first?
Andrews with his back wheel in the air now. He's past Smith. Thorpe's past Smith. Now in pursuit of Andrews, sitting in 7th place now on his second lap from last to 7th. Smith having a fight back, but it's only a token little show of his front wheel to David Thorpe. David Thorpe flicks it through the left, through the right. Rob Andrews with his back wheel waving in the air. He seems to be doing a few nosedives this time, does Rob Andrews, but he does go, in fairness to him, clean across the double jump at the far corner of the circuit, and he might just do it for us this lap, particularly with the world champion David Thorpe breathing down his neck, round the right-hander. Thorpe still in 7th.
It's almost as if all the riders wanted to get sight of him, so he said, well, I'll start from the back and work my way through. Mervyn Anstey leading things at the moment. Greg Hansen in 2nd place. Kevin Froud in 3rd place. Paul Luscombe in 4th. Rob Andrews in 5th. We've got the number 10 man in 6th place, and about to lose it because there comes Dave Thorpe, number 23, being pursued at the moment. The position's changing all as I give them to you.
Thorpe in 6th. This is where Andrews goes to the double jump. David very fast across there, slipping almost past Andrews. Andrews going into the left-hander before the double jump. Thorpe will upset his line. There's no way he'll go off in one, and he couldn't that time because David Thorpe dictated which side of the circuit he went. Took his line away. Thorpe up to 5th. Andrews looking again at the inside. But this is the way the man's steaming round here, almost in a contemptible fashion. I just can't believe how superior he appears to be on this, the 18th and final race, counting towards the 1985 500cc British Motocross Championship, which is already this man's. He's won all the money, he's won all the points, he's won the World Championship, reputed to be earning something in the region of £400,000 for his 1985 season. A tremendous effort by David Thorpe, steaming on his way now in 5th place and closing on the 4th man in number 36, and that is Paul Luscombe. Paul Luscombe, who took the early lead before the full start, so he's had yet another good start. In 4th, about to be relegated by David Thorpe.
It certainly seems that there's very little to do in order to pass this pack, and yet the other riders are really very good riders. He's making it look so easy. A final demonstration of how you should see a world and British champion. And this is Dave Thorpe at his best. Certainly the spectators here today have been treated to some of the best riding that we've ever seen as he challenges yet another one, the number 36 machine. When Dave Thorpe gets on the tail, it makes him look like amateurs.